the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
Well, it is Friday, so that makes this, 0 dark 30, just like it is every day at this time. I hope you had a good night's sleep. I woke up, caught an article where we're being warned. We're being told what's coming. Take them at their words, folks. We're starting to see an escalation in very, very bad behavior as 2024 gets a little bit longer in the tooth, as we get closer to the elections, as the political rhetoric heats up, the anger inside the country, wants to rise. It's not boiling over, not yet, but that could happen because stupid people, ignorant people, think it's their duty to make everyone else's life very, very difficult. So what are we talking about? Where are we going? We're going to distractions, folks, and even false flags. Well, false flag is a government or a contracted organization, right? Being paid by the government, who creates a situation, an emergency, intentionally. They're authorized. And the consequence, the result of that, is that people are scared. And then the politicians take political action. Now, wait a minute, isn't that terrorism? I mean, seriously, a terrorist job is to create an action. It's very negative, scares people. People die, people get hurt, property gets destroyed. And people are afraid of the terrorists. The terrorists make demands like, well, you got to free Palestine. Right, that's ridiculous shit. That's a false flag. And then there's just distractions. Distraction. Political distractions. With those political distractions, they also wake people up. On both sides, folks, both sides. So we're seeing it now, are we not? Right, we're seeing all of the racial tension being fomented. I see it on both sides. Or being used to play both sides. The racists out there who want to be agitated and pissed off by media, by political posturing and lying. It's used to get racists all riled up. And then, on the other side, you have people posing as white supremacists, anti-minorities, and they post a bunch of crap all the time on the internet, on places like Instagram or Twitter, just to get the opposite side riled up. I don't know what you want to call them, anti-racists, get pissed off at the racists. One more way to divide, right? One more way to keep us distracted from what's really going on. I know the illegal immigrant situation is not a distraction, though it does serve the purpose of keeping our attention because it is such a crisis. And so we focus our attention on distractions, on events. I consider the immigration issue, the southern border being wide open, I consider that a false flag because it does have a political consequence and there's a political solution. Are you prepared for what is going to come? What is going to come? Joe Biden is doing horrifically awful with the public. They've got him juiced up. I'm sure they've got body doubles out there. They've got all manner of ding dong. The guy is one of the biggest lying, blundering dunderheads in the history, folks. In the history of politics. And look how far he's risen. proving himself to be worthy by being an idiot and saying whatever he's told to say. And that is, it's actually extremely disappointing. Extremely disappointing to see humanity lean on its dumbest members for the purposes of exploiting them for money. But let's continue, shall we? Distractions, race, LGBTQ, invasion from the southern border, people complaining because of inflation. They can't afford to live. They can't afford to eat. They can't afford anything. The economy is not what they say it is. The economy is something, folks, out of the creature from Jekyll Island, literally. And you all know what I'm talking about if you know G. Edward Griffith's book. Oh, boy. So here we are. And then you bring in our good buddy, head of the FBI, the director himself, Christopher Wray, who comes back out one more time. He hasn't been impeached. He hasn't been fired. He hasn't been reprimanded for all the shit he's done, the lies he's told, because the media allows him to get away with it. They need him. The Democrats need him to get away with it. They need him to keep doing what he does. So he gets up in front of Congress. He gets up in front of cameras. He gets up in front of the whole world. The man has nothing intelligent to say. Nothing that we need to hear to make sure our problems get fixed. And he looks at the camera, he looks at the people, and he says, hey, we're going to have some terrorist problems here. We're going to have something big happen like, and then he does it, folks. Like Russia's theater massacre, where over 100 people were killed by terrorists. I have two questions. If you know what's going to happen, where did you get your information? Because if you've got information that's going to happen, I think you should be doing something about it, like arresting people who are foreign-born terrorists. And truly it is, folks, the foreign-born terrorists who they're most likely to act in small independent groups and murder people. The American retards out of college, you know, those pro-Palestinian terrorists in training, they just follow the herd and do what they're told. And well, we heard there was a protest here, so we showed up. And then they chant whatever someone tells them to chant. Because, you know, when I hear idiots chanting really bad slogans that make no sense, I'm going to obey. Anyways, here we are. You know, that chanting shit is a way to make 5 people sound like 50 people. That's what they want. They want noise. They want loudness. Well, I hear you loud and clear, Mr. Christopher Wray. You say with a high degree of certainty that we've got some false flags coming. My question for you guys in the audience is, are you prepared? Do you take Christopher Wray at his word that we're going to have massive terror attacks, false flags? It's terrorism, folks. Doesn't matter who it comes from, whether they're foreign or domestic, whether they're private or government. None of them are saying, what would Billy Joe benefit from? What would Sally benefit from? No, that's not what this is about. This is about how to control America, how to bring it down, how to subjugate us, how to get us to abandon our rights, how to put the herd on us so much that we'll do anything we're told. Chance favors the prepared mind is yours.